All right, Brandon, here it's time for you to get your coffee or your adult beverage of choice and watch the TSC Network. Dr. Delagrantes presents on Roku Now. Excellent.
Welcome back to Dr. Delagrantes Presents the Brandon Delagrantes Show. My dears, we are excited and ignited to be coming into your homes. 90 million households, 151 countries outside of America. I would say to you, and many people ask, how do you do that? If it had not been for the Lord Elohim on our side, where would we be? And on that note, let's talk about where Master Brandon Maceo de Lagrantes has been in his amazing life. Brandon, welcome again, my son.
Thank you.
Love.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
So my question specifically is, take a moment and reflect. I'd love to hear your response to, let's call it, spaces and places that you've gone, because I believe that one of the best portals for education is travel, and travel outside one's country or the borders that have been set for that individual. And in your case, that's an awesome conversation all by itself. So where does travel like that and doing the creative arts, etc., where does it all begin? And what spaces and what places comes to your mind?
Well, I think that the idea of travel and an affinity for sociology and how different people live, I think that starts with my parents. I think that starts with my father speaking different languages, as well as speaking those different languages to us prenatally,
Yes.
in the womb. I think it starts with my mother and a certain duality as not just someone who's a melanated person in America, but specifically a Creole person in the
Yes.
South. That is a culture within a culture. And all of those different things make up the amalgamation, which set me up to be curious, be interested, be enthusiastic and interested in different peoples, different places, different cultures, and experiencing them for myself.
Yes.
Myself and one of my sisters, Monique Elise, we pride ourselves on not being typical tourists.
Yes.
For example, if we were to visit New York, we would not automatically need to see the Empire State Building, but we might be much more curious about how New Yorkers live and where they eat what they do during a typical New York day. And so if I reflect on some of the places that I have been, I live currently in Amsterdam and the Netherlands, which is the name of the country.
How long have you lived in Europe?
I have lived in Europe for 21 years.
Yes.
So first in Germany and Hanover, Germany.
Yeah.
And now currently in Amsterdam, the Netherlands. And so the Netherlands is a country that is fairly central in Europe, and from the Netherlands you can take a train, for example, 3 hours or more to Paris,
Yes.
France. You can take
Which we've
flights.
done many times.
I have.
We have. The family did.
We
does,
did.
yeah.
We did.
Grandparents have gone of yours, yes.
Exactly, and you can even take quick flights, cost-effective flights, so 45 minutes to an hour from, for example, the Netherlands to London, or to Rome, or to Barcelona, within a few hours. So that has allowed me to be blessed to see most of Europe, but I've also been blessed to visit the continent, and yes, it is a continent of Africa. First visiting in 2023 Kenya, and meeting other Americans who are either embracing their African roots or accepting African citizenship, Kenyan citizenship, buying properties, and as a part of my work and travel, I've been blessed to visit Dubai and the United Arab Emirates, and not only live there, but also work there, perform there. So those are just some of the places, but yeah, it goes further into the Czech Republic and Prague and
Russia,
yeah,
England.
yeah. So
list.
you name it, and I've either been there or I know how to get there.
Yeah. So what do you say to people who are technically they're fed up with the craziness that's going on in our great nation?
Craziness.
From the White House
That
to
sounds
the
crazy.
outhouse to the outhouse.
What is this craziness of which you speak? Whatsoever do you mean, kind sir? I know. So what do I say to those people?
Yes. You say et tu, Bute.
Well,
get ready to stab in the back again. You want to leave America? You want to go and you proclaim that if this president gets in office, I'm leaving the country and things like that. What do you say to them? What's out there that they don't know that you've experienced by your travel or by your living outside of this North American continent?
Well, I would say specifically two main things for people who are considering either traveling or relocating to countries outside of the U.S. I would say number one, please do remember that wherever you go, there you are.
Yes.
So if there are habits that you need to adjust, or if there are mindsets that you need to transform, or if there are simple basic decencies that you still need to learn them before you travel. Learn them before you travel, because what you will experience is that wherever you go, there you are. And because different countries and continents and cultures are different, for example, certain things that are commonplace in America are punishable by law in other countries. So whatever it is you need to work out, the Bible talks about working out your own soul salvation. I would suggest that you do that first.
Yeah.
Now, assuming you have done that and you really are ready, there are three main things that you need before you physically travel. The first would be a passport.
Yes.
And nowadays, it's been made pretty easy to get a passport, but you'd be surprised at how many Americans still do not have a passport.
Yes.
So that would be number one. Number two, and this is my suggestion for anyone traveling to any country outside of the U.S., but specifically Europe, because that is my most recent experience. Duolingo
Yes.
is a free language app. People speak about people visiting the United States and not speaking the native language, which is English. But other countries can be just as nationalistic. And so it makes a world of a difference if you can say when you're visiting France, bonjour,
Yeah.
comment ça va? Parlez-vous anglais? Because even if their answer to your question, do you speak English, is no, they will still be willing to help you
Yeah.
because you started the conversation in their native
Yes.
language. There are countries that are the exception to that rule, so as the Netherlands, because in the Netherlands people are learning a minimum of 3 languages at school.
Yes.
English being one of those languages, so for them it's automatic. But if you are traveling to any other nationalistic country, learning a bit of the language will take you very far. And then number 3, I would say, kind of relating back to number 1, if you can use the simple basic things, and this is maybe more specifically to my Southerners out there, those simple basic things like please and thank you will take you a long way. There are some basic things that they taught us, explained to us in preparation for meeting the King and Queen of the Netherlands. But for me, those things were basic because I learned them right here in Houston, Texas, growing up. So I would say that those basic things can also take you a long way. So don't forget that even though you may be, quote, away from home, home does not have to be away from you.
I love that. I love that. And to that point, probably you could add, and I'm thinking that you've had the experience of utilizing technology, cellular phones, little translators
Yes.
that help.
I was in, well, at the time of this taping, I was in Milan, Italy, and Lake Como, where George Clooney lives, last week.
George Clooney, the actor.
The actor,
Ah.
exactly, the Nespresso aficionado.
Yes.
And I had learned, I used that free language app, Duolingo, and I had learned some Italian, so I was saying things like, oh, perfetto, and como fa, and arrivederci, and whatever was apropos. And then there were some conversations that went further. And so I was able to quickly use Google Translate or any of the other translation apps and be able to translate whole sentences to further the conversation. And so those things can definitely help. I think one of the things about traveling outside of the United States is a lot of other countries have built-in Wi-Fi or a lot of their locations have built-in Wi-Fi. So having a foreign telephone doesn't have to be a challenge, especially with all of the digital communication nowadays. You can call with Facebook Messenger, you can call with Instagram, you can call with free apps like WhatsApp.
Yes.
So you don't necessarily need telephone service when you have internet or Wi-Fi that can connect you to everything that you need.
Yeah.
And specifically when traveling.
And traveling with currency that's foreign. Address that.
Well, I think there are different points of view about money and travel and traveling and money. I think that some people really believe specifically in this digital age that you can do everything with a card. And nowadays you can do everything with a phone.
Yes.
So, including pay. And so that can be very easy and convenient. And if that works for you, I think, well, enjoy. And at the same time, if you are, for example, traveling on a budget, there is something to be said about having cash in hand. Because when you have cash in hand, then it makes you very conscious of the money you're bringing in and the money you're putting out. So most banks in foreign countries are considered trustworthy, and as a result, if you were to withdraw cash from an ATM, a bank ATM in that foreign country, then you can trust not only the conversion, but the cash in hand. And then as a result, you can be very conscious of where you are spending that money and what you have left over. So you've got more than enough choices when it comes to money and travel. But I'm a person who firmly believes whatever it is that you choose, be continuously checking your account. Because you do want to be able to confirm this is the money that I either took out or this is the money that I spent and this is the conversion. So that you're always conscious and aware of what you have. Now, speaking of money and traveling to certain territories, they advise you not to put your wallet in your back pocket,
Right.
but specifically to put it in your front, because pickpockets are used to going to that back pocket. And if you have it in the front, even if it's a busy area, you're more likely to be able to feel, hopefully, somebody's hands.
Yes, yes. I have that experience.
I was going to say.
Actually myself. And I was going through the port there, and a group of young ladies, quite lovely young ladies, came up and said, "Sire, are you looking for an elevator?" And I was. Said, "Oh, come, we'll show you, we'll take you." And I thought that was so nice of them. You know, they looked like
Lovely
they
group
were,
of nomads.
yeah, they looked like they were like 17, 18, maybe 19. And so they took me right to the elevator. And I said, "Thank you." And they said, "Oh, no, we're getting on too." And I thought, "Oh, okay." And bringing the luggage on and everything. And all of a sudden, and one had a nice piece of leather that was like, you know, never seen one. It was right there around the neck and hanging on. And I thought, okay, nice leather. And then when the elevator was about to close, and somebody way back there couldn't get on, they said, wait. And I noticed that little leather moved like, and I said, "That's not her hand." To myself, that can't be her hand. I don't feel anything. And then it got closer, and I saw my chest moving, and I said, "Hey!" And I thought she was gonna jerk the hand out and say, "I'm sorry," or something. I didn't do that. And with the hand right there, she said, "Sir?"
Ooh.
I said, "What are you doing?" She said, "Nothing."
Oh.
And I said, "That's your hand." I mean, I couldn't believe the audacity.
Yes.
And
As the kids would say, it's the audacity for me.
oh, that got me. And so an older lady said, "Sir," and I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "I'm going to tell you. I can tell you have your wallet in your back pocket. To your point, I'm a witness." She said, "Please put it in your front pocket."
Yes.
And I would not have thought.
Yes.
It's my norm to have
Yes.
it back there. Some of my pants have an imprint. Put it in your back.
But it's the reason why some people prefer a
Yeah.
card payment. The only challenge, of course, is if something happens to that card, then you would have a challenge.
Yeah.
So I think it's best to be prepared. In an ideal situation, you may have both. That you can use a card if you find it more convenient, but you should always, no matter which country you're in, have some cash. You should never know.
I have some cash.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm prepared. I have, this is 100 million done, and I'm prepared to travel. Oh yeah, take your pick.
For the camera.
Yeah, take your pick.
Hold on, I'm zooming in.
Oh, okay. $200 million in done. Yeah. And so I'm prepared to travel always, depending on what country I'm going to go in.
In which country is this?
Well, technically, in the Asian countries and the like. And this is a cachet of Zimbabwe's money, and in fact, this trades extremely well on the market. That's probably 50 trillion, 100 trillion.
Sell them as well?
Yeah, 300 trillion. Okay, and then of course there's more where that came from. So I've got over $1 billion here. I normally keep it in the bank, and at the bank I trade with close off the safety deposit boxes. So it just happened. I didn't know the conversation was going to go in this direction, but I am looking for another bank that I can. Yeah. And so, and of course I have other currencies too, the euro, and sometimes, in fact, you would send me euro if I wasn't there in the Netherlands or Germany. And other people have said, somebody said to me, I don't have, they came to the clinic, the MD Health by a Voltage clinic here and Houston, and so he said, "Oh, I thought I had more money," and they were pulling up the money, checking wasn't enough to pay, and they said, "I sure wish you took foreign currency." And I really said, "And which currency is it?" And they said, "Well, I've just been holding it. I don't know how to spend it." And she pulled out, wait, that's American. And she pulled out this. I have a collection of foreign currencies anyway, but this is from the Republic of Venezuela. Yeah. And so I do, and that's 1 million bolivares.
Yeah, you show that.
Okay. Capayal. Yeah, but if I were to actually be prepared to make a presentation, I've got about a dozen different cachets of different currencies. Yeah, and of course I'm planning on my children enjoying this, so I'm taking excellent care of it.
Thank you.
Now to that point, I'm not waiting to die and give to my children. So if my children are watching out there, just know, for me, it's a living legacy. I want to pass it out while I'm here. See you
I
say,
can have some dong now.
you can have it. You sure can. You can
That
have
sounds like a Chinese delicacy.
Yeah.
But I don't know which
Yeah.
which countries would serve that dish. But
Okay. You could be, this would work in China as well as Thailand and then the whole country. But yeah, that is what I suggest, and you're right on point, that people prepare before they travel.
Yes.
There, because you need to be prepared for the exchange, and to be mindful of what's happening in the marketplace is another big thing that I encourage people to do. I've got these two because they are trading very well and very high return on the investment. And so I have some others as well. But so that's very important information. Information that 10 years ago when I started traveling, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't that long ago. I was in Rome, and that happened when they tried to hijack me in the LMA tour. But that was quite an experience. Yeah.
I can imagine. But I think one of the most beautiful things about traveling is that it broadens and expands your perspective. I don't know if you can see me now, but I am saying to you that
Yes.
one of the most beautiful things about traveling is that it broadens and expands your perspective. There is something about even seeing, observing, hearing, listening to how other people live.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's an education in and of itself.
It really is.
And from that perspective, I would say you have earned a PhD in travel and traveling international for sure. Yeah.
I'm thankful, I am grateful, and so much more.
Okay. Let me shift gears just for a moment.
Okay.
Before we close, name some of the productions you've been in: plays, musicals, and you've even done TV commercials.
That is true. If I had to give a quick CV or resume, then I would say The Voice of Holland, which
Yes.
is the original version of The Voice, which everyone knows in America. I would mention the movies Red Heart, Blank Face, and the movie Bombini Holland, which is a Dutch movie from a man from Curacao. I would mention TV commercials for the grocery store Aldi and the grocery store Lidl, for Southern Comfort, my New Orleans beverage of choice. I would mention Tina, the Tina Turner musical.
Oh, that's awesome! All over Europe, that was hot.
In Dutch.
It still is.
So the Dutch Broadway version of the Tina Turner musical, and the Broadway version of Dreamgirls, the musical, Little Shop of Horrors in English, but performing in Amsterdam, La Cage aux Folles, also in English with the English famed artist Mary Stevens and the Queen's English Theatre Company. And that's just to name a few, including Dr. De La Grandes Presents and the Brandon De La Grandes Show.
That's it. You are the man. You are the man. Yes, you are.
So I'm very thankful, I'm very grateful, and I have to say that, exposure to different languages and different cultures. I remember when we would take different mission trips to Mexico via Nuevo Laredo.
Yeah.
All of those different experiences I've been blessed to take along with me all around the world, and they have positively informed and influenced how I move through the world. So much love and much success as you move
Through the world. Oh, that's cool. I love that. Yes. Or as we say in Dutch, my son. This is awesome.